season, y'all was stalking your postman for your W-2s and you can't wait for that check, right? But if you're waiting for a refund check, you're doing it all wrong. After watching this video, you will get a better understanding of taxes and you'll know what I mean when I say don't get excited for a refund. Make sure you stay till the end because I'm going to show you how to get more money back in your paychecks. That means every single time you get paid, you're going to get more money back, and that's how it should be. Keep it locked for all that and more. It's Crystal with the Cash Compass. Welcome back. I am here to teach you all the things that you should have learned about money in school, but I don't know what was going on in school.
No pomegranates! No pomegranates! Say it.
Oh, be sure to subscribe because we talk about everything from personal finance to investing to the economy, and I get right into it. So what does it mean to get a tax refund? Yes, it means big checks. Yes, it means, ooh, I got a lot of money in my account. I'm about to go eat. I'm about to go spend. No, it doesn't mean that. When you get a tax refund, it's because you overspent, okay? You paid the government more than you were supposed to. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I don't pay any bills extra. I'm sorry. Unless it's going to get me out of debt quickly. I'm not giving you extra nothing. You're going to get exactly what's due, and that's it. So keep that same energy when it comes to your taxes too. Your tax is based on your tax bracket. We have a marginal tax system. I'm not going to bore you guys, but the idea is if you are in the 22% tax bracket, not all your money is taxed at 22%. I'm going to put this chart up so you can kind of see how that works. So what your employer did was they estimated your taxes based off of what you put in your W-4 form, and then that determines how much money is getting taken out of your check every single week. So when you get your tax refund, it's because your employer took out too much money. And it's like, dang, I already give y'all all of my time, now you want to take all my money too? So let me list out the reasons why I don't think a tax refund is all that great. Number one, like I've already mentioned, you're giving the government a interest-free loan, okay? It's bad enough that we're already paying all this money and we don't really have any say to where the money gets allocated to. But now I'm giving you guys more money and getting less back because inflation, and I talk about inflation on this channel a lot, but inflation is a way to be taxed without actually having to have a legitimate tax, right? So if they can kind of have inflation at 2% like they claim, then every single year your money is becoming less valuable by 2%. And we all know that things go up more than that, okay? I don't know where they're getting their calculations from, but I was buying laundry detergent one day and the next thing you know, the size went in half and the price was still the same. That's 50% inflation, okay? Not 2. So when you couple that with just having to wait and you're not able to take that money and use it how you want to, it doesn't really make sense to give the government any extra money. And even if that wasn't the case, I mean, it's your money. Why would you not want your money? Even if it wasn't earning any interest, even if you weren't doing anything with it, it's still yours. You shouldn't have to wait a whole year before you get what's yours rightfully back to you. And I know you guys heard the saying, more money, more problems. For most people, maybe not you because you're watching this channel, right? But for most people, when they get a big sum of money, it's kind of like a euphoric moment. And all of a sudden you're thinking about how much things you can buy and what new purchase you need and things you've been wanting for so long, and you might go out to eat and you have that lifestyle creep temporarily while you have that money. I think that's a natural thing. When you see a whole bunch of money in your account, naturally you want to spend it. It's a little bit too tempting when you get that chunk of money, whereas if it was kind of spread out throughout the year, it would be a normal part of your budget and you wouldn't have that impulsive urge to just kind of buy because it's just so much money and you just get excited about what you can purchase. So I know most of you guys probably are already getting your W-2s, maybe you never heard this before, but for next year, what can you do? Adjust your W-4 form so you don't get a big refund. If you are the person who likes getting the big refund and you don't want your money throughout the year, you prefer getting it a whole year later, that's on you. But if that ain't you, make sure you click the link in my description because it's going to have a form you can fill out, and it basically tells you how to fill out your W-4 form after you fill out all that pieces of information, and you can give that to your employer. And what you'll see is you'll have more money in every single check now because you've made that adjustment to properly reflect how much money should be getting withheld from your check. And if you want to get an idea more or less how your income will be looking like if you do make these changes, take what you normally get out of your tax refund and divide that by 12. So let's say you get $3,000 back a year. If you divide that by 12, then that would pretty much mean you're getting $250 extra every single month if you do make these adjustments to your W-4. That's a rough calculation. You'll have to actually do these things with your employer to see what your real number is. but that'll give you at least an idea of what to expect. And then you can analyze, do you prefer getting it every month or do you prefer waiting until the end of the year? But whether or not you have chosen to do this, what should you do with the extra money or with your tax refund? I'm glad you asked. No one's saying you have to deprive yourself and you can't treat yourself to a little something, but let's try to be a little bit responsible first, right? Pay down your debt. Even if you use only half of it to pay down your debt, okay? Do something, especially if you have credit cards, because we all know credit card debt is lethal. It makes no sense of how much they charge, and it just ain't right. You know what I mean? You only get maybe 1% or 2% in your savings, but then they'll flip it around and charge you upwards of 20% to borrow their money. Okay, so I'm borrowing your money at 22%, but you borrow my money at 2%. That don't make any sense. You can also get yourself a little something, because there's nothing wrong with that. But try not to let that overtake the money. You want to really focus the money on getting better financially, and the best way to do that is to get rid of your debt, like I already mentioned. Budget it out. And this is regardless of whether you're getting the money in a lump sum or you're choosing to get it throughout the whole year. Have a budget. I have videos about budgets, and maybe you don't even need a video, but just kind of list out what are your expenses, how can I get out of debt, what do I need to pay extra on so that I can get out of this rabbit hole that they have us in. If you are paying off debt, pay the highest interest rate first, because that's the best way for you to save the most money. Those are charging you the most, you want to get rid of it the quickest. Maximize your investments. Maybe you don't have debt or it's negligible, like something like, I don't know, maybe medical bills, which doesn't have any interest rates, at least from my experience. So you don't really care to aggressively pay that down. Well, invest. And I'm sure we've heard this before, but education is the best investment. So if you want a business that you want to open up, or you want to figure out how you're going to get some more money and kind of pad your income, research it, buy courses, get into some classes, take some online seminars, webinars, whatever they're called, and get educated, because you should not be trusting one employer to finance your whole life. You do not know what's going to happen tomorrow. They can fire you. You can decide you don't want to be there anymore, and you need to make a plan so that you have money no matter what. I have a video up here about quitting responsibly, or even if you get laid off, how to prepare yourself in the event of any type of change with your income, so check that out. If you like this video, then please like this video, share, and subscribe with your friends, because it's good information that everybody needs to know. And I got some videos over here that you can check out, so please binge watch me, and until next time, keep your money up.